Hello, I'm Carlos Coloni, and this is Election Brief. Within the next 30 minutes, we have the latest update from the political scene here in Ghana. We are live on DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 125, all social media handles, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. Election Headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity, Chartered Institute of Management Accountant, and the American Institute of Certified Accountant, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountant and German Ozone Medical Center. Alternative therapy, dental wellness, and beauty. Election Headquarters for an informed electorate. Stay with us. Grateful for your time. Now let's go, take you to Yendi, because the new patriotic party, the NPP, has officially named the incumbent Yendi MP Mahama as its parliamentary candidate for the constituency in the upcoming 2024 elections. Now, this decision was reached by the National Executive Committee, NEC, after a crucial meeting discussing various matters. We are joined via Zoom by the man himself, Mahama, for a reaction on this. Farouk, this is good news for you. We know there were some misunderstandings after the primary, especially during the counting of the ballot. And how are you handling that now that you've been declared the PC?
Much and good afternoon to your listeners. First of all, we give thanks to the Almighty Allah, and I dedicate this victory to my late father, the late Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaji Aliyu Mahama, and my mom, Haji Ramatu. May their souls rest in perfect peace. And also to thank the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the Vice President, and the NEC. And I knew that it was a decision and the truth have prevailed, because everybody who was present in Yendi knew that I was on the lead, and the disruption was occurring through the support of my opponent's brother. And we continued to the police station to count the rest. And obviously, NEC, being the highest decision-making body of the party, has looked at the situation, assessed the grounds, and looked at the merits and the demerits through the reports of the EC and the police, and took a firm decision yesterday. And inshallah, it's not a victory for me, it's a victory for all of us. It's a victory for Yendi, for the Yana, for the New Patriotic Party, and even my sister Haji Abiba Tashani Mahama, who is an opponent. But in the MPP, we don't have opponents. She's my sister, and I always cherish her for being a true statesman by accepting the decision of NEC and for us to move ahead as a one party.
All right, so have you reached out to Abiba yet, and what has she been saying about this decision by NEC?
I think yesterday she voluntarily wrote a statement accepting the verdict of NEC. As a patriot, she obviously knows that NEC is the highest decision body of the party, and every party, true party person, should be seen supporting the efforts of the NEC and contributing to the victory that we expect to envisage in December 2024 by making sure our flag bearer and leader Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia emerged. Obviously, we're going to have a campaign launch, and she's obviously going to be part of my campaign team. She's already part of the North Regional campaign team. I'll reach out to her. I've started doing reach outs. I want peace. I want Yendi seat with the highest votes in the entire North region, 41,000. And obviously, I need all and sundry. We need to make peace. We are one united. After competition, there's cooperation. And I believe that that is the essence of the energies we are supposed to derive and make sure that we make our party vibrant and sell the works of our president, Nana Dankwa, and the ideas of our new incoming president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And the sole prerogative is to make sure that I retain my seat and make sure I give the needed votes, more than the 40,000 votes I gave in 2020.
Right. So many believe that this particular incident really exposed the cracks within your party in the Yendi constituency. And so the NDC, your main opponent, are going to be feeding on those cracks. How do you intend to, make peace with all those who are really not happy with this particular decision going into the 2024 elections?
Thank you very much. First of all, my brother, in political parties, there are always internal competitions. After competition, there's cooperation. I don't think this is a crack. I went to the same competition with two more people in 2020 after the elections. Obviously, there were people who were not happy, but God chose me, and I was able to use my leadership and humbleness to woo in and plead to them to understand that it's the victory of the party that was paramount. So indeed, it's the same repetition of what I'm going to do. There's not really a big match crack. It's just that there are disappointments, and in every political party, every person has the person he looks up to. But for now, God has chosen me to continue the good works. And I believe that having been groomed and been trained well, I know obviously I have the skills and the strategic way of doing and involving the Council of Elders. And I know Abiba Tashani Mahama and all the stakeholders in Yendi. I carry everybody along. And I can tell you, if you look at the votes I got in 2020, it tells you it was not only NDC people who voted for me, because I had over 41,000. The president had 38,000. It tells you that over 2,000 plus of NDC people voted for me. And I'm ready to hit the campaign ground. I'm preparing to move to Yendi to call on the Yana, the Council of Elders, polling stations, go around and make a thank you tour, reconcile with them, appeal to them, let them know that it's over. Abiba Tashani Mahama accepted that I'm the leader of the party and the PC to lead us to the promised land. And I believe that with the level of approach and the humility I will possess and present to the opponents and the other disgruntled members, we will definitely have a leadway and make the MPP proud. A party that we believe in is that a party that after competition, there's cooperation. And I believe that everybody will come on board. And I can assure you that, inshallah, come December, I would get the nod to become the member of parliament, and inshallah, vis-a-vis, make our president, Dr. Bawumia, also the president of the Republic of Ghana.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We wish you well in that Yendi contest. Away from that, the 2024 flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, is leading the flag bearer of the governing New Patriotic Party, the NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, in the race to lead the country in 2025. Global Info Analytics has revealed in their latest poll. Now, the poll revealed that Mr. Mahama leads with 54.3%, followed by Dr. Bawumia, 34.9%. The leader and founder of Movement for Change, M4C, Alan Kojo Chiramanten, has about 7.5%, while the leader of the New Force Movement, Nana Kwame Bediako, has 2.3% and others 1%. Now, let's share with you some details of this particular, work done by Info Analytics. There you have it on your screen, and you can see John Mahama having 58% in the Northeast region, whilst Dr. Bawumia has 26%, followed by Alan Chiramanten with 11%, and Nana Bediako has nil in the Northeast region. Clearly, showing how he performed in that region. If you come to the Ashanti region, you find the table standing. Dr. Bawumia leading there with 54%, while John Mahama got about some 31%, Alan Chiramanten 12%, and Nana Bediako has 2%. That's in the Ashanti region. And so you clearly see the difference there. Now let's come to the Greater Accra and Western region. John Mahama got 66%, and Dr. Bawumia had 28%. Alan Kojo Chiramanten got 5%, and Nana Bediako also got some 1%. That is for Greater Accra and the Western region. Now let's take you to the OT region. According to the report, John Mahama got some 49%, and then Dr. Bawumia had about some 42%, while Alan Kojo Tremanten got 4% there. And then in Volta region, you have John Mahama getting as high as 74%. And Dr. Bawumia managed some 12% there. Alan closely getting 10%, and Nana Bediako some 2%. That's in the Volta region. I mean, this should explain to you, this is the NDC's strongest hold. Now, let's look at this. 74% of voters are unlikely to change their mind on who they intended to vote for, whilst 12% are likely to change their mind. But 14% are neutral about the whole situation. So that should also be telling you some, story about the nature of the constituents there. Now, let's see this also influence of campaign promises on voters. 24-hour economy, those they spoke to, 48% of them believe that the 24-hour economy is something to go by, as against digitalization agenda by the NPP's candidate, which is 29% of those they spoke to believe that, it's something to go by. And then the other one, great transformational plan by Alan Kojo Tremanten, 6% see that, policy as good, whilst about 17% do not see all of these as anything to go by. So that's on their, campaign promises, and that's the breakdown you have there. All right, so let's go to listen to the two political parties. I think I've been joined by Musa Dankwa, who is going to talk to us on this particular story that we have there. Mr. Dankwa, thank you so much for joining us here on Election Brief. So first of all, how was this survey actually conducted?
Right, thank you very much. This survey took place in 82 constituencies in 16 regions. And we interviewed 6,128 voters across, and the samples were allocated to each region based on the number of voters who are in that region who could vote. And this is face-to-face interview in the field, and the samples were deployed to electoral areas level. So we have these samples administered in the electoral areas we selected. If you look at the data that has come through, about 54% of the respondents were male, and about 46% were female. So broadly, this is the approach we took with regards to sampling.
So what were the critical issues that informed the choices of the respondents?
Right. There were a number of data that we have to pay attention.
Okay, so we go.
One is the direction of the country. Voters' view as to where the country is headed. About 65% of voters believe that Ghana is headed in the wrong direction. 65%.
That's high.
And that's quite high. And then about 51% of the respondents said that their living standards compared to last work months has gotten worse. So, and then again, when we asked them what are their top 3 issues they would take into account to vote, they mentioned job as number 1. Number 2 is economy. Number 3 is education. Number 4 is roads. So these are the 4 top issues on the minds of voters. So whatever decisions they are making today regarding their voting intention is being driven by their perception or their view of where we're headed as a country, their standard of living, and what are the 3 most important things for them.
All right, so what are some of the interesting takeaways for you? I mean, you conducted this particular survey, and how do you think political parties must react to this, since, this can help them to reposition their campaign strategy?
I think one of the most important revelations in this data is the obvious division we have seen in MPP or within MPP ranks. And that is the most difficult thing MPP has at the moment. If you look at voters who openly say they are MPP, 83% of them said they would vote for Bawumia. 9% said they would vote for Mahama. And 7% would vote for Alan Cheremache. 1% Nanakwan Bidia within the MPP. So roughly about 17% of the vote is being lost to other candidates. That should have come to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. When you look at those who said they are NDC, John Mahama gets 96% of their support. And only 2% said they would vote for Dr. Bawumia. So that is a huge advantage Mahama has. And then among the crucial block of floating voters, Mahama is leading almost 60% of the vote among floating voters. If he continues to dominate among floating voters and gets the same 95% of his party base, the election will be him to lose.
Much for speaking to us here on Election Brief. We are so grateful for your time. We'll still be looking through the data to really study and then push to those concerned. Those that this particular survey will affect. Joining me in studio is the Director of Communications to the 2024 Bawumia campaign team in the person of Dennis Miracles Abuaji. Also joining us via Zoom is the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Gbande. Before I go to Mustafa Gbande, Miracles, thank you so much for joining us here. This particular survey is not looking good at all for you. What is your initial reaction to this?
Well, we addressed this yesterday. We received several surveys on daily basis. This is not the only survey we have. I think as at the last check, we have about 5 or 6 different surveys from different institutions. For us, we believe surveys are important. They are crucial, they are critical. They help you shape your strategies, your ways of doing things. But it's not the numbers that are important. What is important are the comments and the feedback that are in there. And that's what we look at.
Feedback on the survey or what?
Exactly. What are the people saying? What are the people saying? What are the things that the people expect you to do or not to do? Those for me are the most important. But we take every survey seriously. Of course, if we receive some sent to us, comprehensive reports, we haven't received anything from, in fact, we've never received anything like that from Global Info Analytics other than reading it in the news. But for those that we receive, we take it very, very seriously.
Okay.
Pay attention to it. We go through the details and see how we can amend, adjust, and most importantly, get to the point of the real survey. Because the real polling day, on the election day, that is the real deal. That is the main day. And that's what we pay very, very close attention to.
But first of all, does it come to you as a surprise, the fact that Bawumia's performance appears to be,
we have other surveys, like I said, about 5. That also
and what are those surveys saying?
That also puts Dr. Bawumia way ahead. In terms
From which source?
Oh, there are 5. That's it. Some of these institutions choose to publish, others don't.
Okay.
But what is important is that they get the work done, they share with the relevant stakeholders, like they have with us, and then we work with it. And ours is to adjust to these strategies. I'm telling you, we have received several surveys that have differing views from some of these polls. We take all of them, including this one.
Okay.
And work with it and improve.
Okay.
There are surveys that we have from other institutions that are also looking completely different from these ones. And it's possible. The sampling may be different, the locations may be different. 82 constituencies, others are doing 180 constituencies, others are doing 210 constituencies. That has a huge effect on the outcome of the survey. If you do 82 constituencies and somebody does 210 constituencies,
definitely,
it could definitely have an impact. And that is why I am saying that for surveys like this, the figures are not the most important thing. What is the most important thing is that beyond the survey, the details of what the people really are saying, that is what is relevant.
So the details of what the people are saying,
that's what is important.
It's important. So bread and butter issue.
Not necessarily.
How are you preparing to address those concerns?
Not necessarily. It depends. For some of the
surveys, so let's look at that. It's a concern for many Ghanaians who believe that.
For example, you come to my hometown, Latte. They are looking at their road from Manfred Junction to Latte. That is what it's crucial to them.
Okay.
And so if you go there today and conduct a survey, that is what will come up. So when we receive it, that's what we go and look at. You go to other places, well, it's just about jobs. You go to other places, it's just about that particular school that is broken and they want it up. The key thing here is that we have surveys from institutions that have done, some have done 82, some have done 210. In fact, we have 5 at the moment. And for each of them, what we do is to consolidate them, look at the commonalities, things that are running through, and our responsibility is to adjust, readjust, look at your strategies, look at your way of doing things, and make sure that subsequent ones will reflect some of the changes that you have done. That is what is critical to us.
So apart from
don't mean much.
This particular
of course,
survey.
I mean, if you look at the numbers of most of these surveys, human beings are not computers. They change their mind. They can change their mind 30 minutes to the elections. So in every survey, the numbers are not the most important thing. What is the most important thing is what are the human beings saying?
So you don't see this survey as having any impact at all on what your campaign strategy? It's not going to inform any shift at all?
We haven't received as a campaign anything other than the numbers that we see in the headlines, and so it cannot impact us because we don't know what's behind it. We can't just get up one day and begin to adjust your campaign because somebody has published something. The person may have done it in his office behind his desk. It is those who write formally to us, submit the report to us, give us the details and the baselines, and what the people are saying, that really will have an impact.
But we do know that Global Info Analytics is a credible, house that does this particular.
I would not doubt
service.
The credibility of any organization. I don't know what they do. But I know that we have several credible institutions who have served us copies of their reports, and we are working with those as well. That's why I'm saying that if any organization, like all others are doing, there are even students, lecturers, other organizations who do these things, even marketing firms who do these things. If you do it, you share with us, we'll take it. But if you don't share with us, we can't work with headlines.
All right.
It's very difficult.
Hold on for us.
It's very difficult to work with headlines.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? And you should be fair to us.
Okay, that's your position as a campaign team.
Think about it. If you are a campaign and you wake up in the morning and you see a headline, 30%, 40%, how does that inform you of anything?
Okay.
That's what I'm asking you a question.
All right, so you have your own strategy. I believe that as a party, as a campaign, a team, you look at some of these things, go get the data and work with it. But hold on for me.
So the point is that the surveys are good. We pay close attention to it. We don't disregard any of them, but we continue to appeal that all those who are involved in some of these surveys, if they really wanted to affect society, they should share it with us.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on. I have Mustafa Gbande, the Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, also joining us on Zoom. Mustafa, this should be a good news for your party, the NDC.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to my brother in your studio. It looks very nice, governance. Now, let me state this basically. I heard him talk about the road in Latte. The good people of that area knows that, but for the Independence Day celebration, the Latte road, that road he's talking about wouldn't have been made. The people who have gotten accident on the road, the people who have lost their families, they won't forgive this government for all of that. That's just one. Number two, the first time I have met this gentleman doing the pools.
Well, we see...
Research was actually... And subsequently... Hello?
Yeah, proceed.
Then subsequently, we took heed to his research and we have worked. Who doesn't know that the MPP government as it is today is very corrupt? Who doesn't know that this government have a lot of failed promises? Who doesn't know that the vice president we have publicly lied many times and that Ghanaians do not trust him? And again, who doesn't know that the 8-year cycle is catching up with the MPP? Beyond that, I am happy to see that a big idea, which is a game changer, 24-hour economy, have actually been endorsed by Ghanaians. Indeed, the reality is that it will be a source of jobs for Ghanaians. It will be a source of job security for Ghanaians. It will be a source of boost into our industrial revolution. And for me, I am happy about that one.
Okay.
We also think that at the end of the day, even when we did assembly election and it exposed this government badly, they still didn't believe in that data. He is talking about 4 other institutions that have conducted research. Let him mention the names of those institutions, because I do know that even BNI have done research and told the government that they have lost the election. And so if they have done some research, that research will be comparing NDC and MPP. Let him put the issues out so that we discuss them.
Okay.
Indeed, as we speak today, who doesn't know that in our health infrastructure, there are deficits? When they are lying that they are building Agenda 111, do you see the 111? He's in your studio. I will keep hammering this. He's a spokesperson of the vice president.
Mustafa Bandi.
Please, Miracle, where are the dams? Let him show us where the dams Dr. Bawumia has been talking about. Let him show us. He's a spokesperson of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Where are the dams for which loans were taken? Where are they? Everybody knows that you can't take this government beyond a government that has failed. You cannot rely on this government for anything.
Okay.
So
Mustafa Bandi, I think
we are settling.
the point is well made. You welcome the particular outcome of this survey. You are happy about it, and you think that this is really going to champion your cause. But I still have with me Miracle. How do you respond to his concerns?
Anytime I hear Mustafa speak, he likes to concoct issues and put issues out, and it's like he listens to himself. Let me quickly tell you, what he put out is a complete falsehood. So he doesn't know things and he just speaks of them.
Which of the things he said?
Latte Road, what he said is a complete falsehood. I come from Latte. I don't think he even knows where Latte is located. I come from Latte. One, Latte Road hasn't been done. So it's a complete falsehood for him to say that it was done because of the Independence Day. That is not true. Latte Road is under construction as we speak. The contractor is on site. Number 2, Latte Road has nothing to do with Independence Day. We've not had any accident on that road for almost about 4 or 5 years. So whatever he
one single accident at all?
An accident on that road.
Okay.
So whatever he said is a complete falsehood. Indeed, I can tell you without any shadow of doubt that he doesn't know where Latte is located. He's actually referring to Manfe, Koforidia Road. And he says it with so much confidence. Even though he doesn't know, he said it was...
So beyond the latter concern...
No, I'm addressing a specific issue.
Okay.
There's no beyond.
No, right.
It's a specific matter. There's no beyond. He put out a falsehood.
Okay.
But for me being here, he would have gone, put it out there, and the people will actually believe it. Now let me address this issue. For us, it's okay. It's okay for the NDC to think they won the election. It's fine. We have absolutely no problem with that. It's okay for him to think that we have lost. It's okay. We have no problem with that. Good luck to them. Like I said, our job is to pick our service, look at them, work with them. The surveys are not the only things we work with. We are campaigning. We are on the ground campaigning, talking to the people.
Okay.
Because who are we competing with? We are competing with the failed, corrupt, incompetent president. And so we know our ways around him. There's somebody we've competed with severally. So it's okay for Mustafa to be excited, happy, and think that he's won an election.
Okay.
I even wish that Global Info Analytics would bring it to 25. I mean, before Global Info Analytics, Musa brings out any data. Everybody can predict where it's going. There's no doubt about that. There is absolutely no doubt about that.
What
Musa,
does that mean?
I am telling you that any survey Musa is bringing up between MPP and NDC, we know where it will go. There's no doubt about that.
Meaning what?
We know. He's not the only person who conducts surveys in Ghana.
Is it the only one, the survey that stand out of the many that...
No, his surveys are the ones we can predict.
Okay, thank you.
Musa's surveys are the only ones anybody in Ghana can predict.
We are so grateful.
There's no doubt about that.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
Time here
Thank you.
With us. And so that's all we have time for on Election Brief. You can log on to our website, myjoyonline.com, for more election-related stories. My name is Carlos Kaloni. Thank you so much for watching. Good afternoon.